Yeah,
I
I just
can
wish I
show.
could do that.
I know, but I can show you something awesome. Something extremely awesome.
Oh boy, oh
Once we
boy, oh
have an
boy, oh boy.
once we have an opportunity to get near the water.
The land's not really all that much different. There's plenty of creatures and species among the land that, well, not that I can communicate with them, but
Yeah, that whole communication thing is always key, though.
I can only somewhat communicate with sea life, unlike you Tritons.
I have always been very curious about the light situation under the water. I suppose with our eyes and the fluorescent lights they speak of, you grow adjusted to it?
Oh yeah, easily. It's not that bad.
And all the stories and the way people talk of it, they always make it seem so bright. It's hard to imagine it's at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, but that's the thing. We can go so far down. The ocean's so deep, much deeper than you can possibly imagine. Most people who are nearer to the surfaces, they can only barely grasp at it. I mean, hell, right now, with how used to the cold I am, I could literally run around here just wearing my underoos, and it would be like nothing. It could be ice cold blizzard, and I wouldn't even really feel a thing. Hell, I was living right near the Tempest for 6 years. You know what it's like walking around and knowing that no matter what, you can have multiple different ways to breathe, whether it be air or rain? It's so amazing.
About this time that the conversation begins to start to die, and then you all discuss some regular meanders, but intermingling of your souls begin to coalesce, and eventually the evening begins to wind down to a standstill. The dusk meets, and then in the dark of night begins to outshine the light of day, as one by one the patrons from the tavern begin to disperse until it's eventually just the six of you. The barkeep, now identified as Joan, begins to walk towards you. It's about time we start closing down. Now, as I mentioned, your food and your tab for the night is on us. And thanks for taking care of matters here.
What's his name again?
Jones.
Jones?
Do you say just the dinner is, or like our stay at the inn is
Your
too?
stay is as well.
So there's an inn attached to this area, this place?
Yes.
If it is all right, I would like to retire, she says to the innkeeper.
I can show you to your rooms.
Oh, thank you.
Zephyrian would stand up at that.
Now, I'm begging your apologies, of course, but I only have 4 rooms available at the moment. Do a few of you mind joining up?
I look to the others. I have no objection. Anybody have anything they object?
You won't believe the places I've slept, or with the people I've had to sleep next to, so no problem with...
Is there a room with 2 beds?
All rooms have 2 beds, unless you're looking for the honeymoon suite. Not that that's been used in years.
She nods and walks over and grabs Zach by the arm.
I guess We're fine with the sharing room bit. As I follow her up.
Alright, that's one. Who else is bunking together? You can always draw straws if you'd like.
Well, guys, it's nice of y'all to actually volunteer, isn't it? As I look both towards Tyrion.
I said I had no issue.
Tyrion has his arms crossed and has a very displeased expression on his face.
Bunk with Tyrion just to piss him off.
Faith. What were you saying, Faith?
I was looking towards both Tyrion and Zalgus that I'm congratulating them on volunteering for the opportunity to bunk together. Considering,
well, the kid should either be on her own or with other lass.
Yeah, just like you can't expect me to actually be in the same room with y'all. So, congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. You can share your room with the kid.
Whatever.
Tyrion walks off to try to go to one of the rooms.
You don't bother looking.
Oh, well, okay. As Tyrion approaches the barkeep and holds out a hand.
Let me go get the room keys for you.
Okie dokie.
Clara is just like frustrated with it all and is like, y'all really make too much of a big deal out of this. She looks toward Faith and says, hey, fighter, beat 'em up chick. Let's go to this room together.
As Jones begins to disperse to go to the back behind the counter, he begins to rummage through the drawers behind, and then the doors to the tavern swing open once more. With a bit of force to it, as you see a singular individual walk in, brandishing leather armor, has a long sword sheathed in his belt, a shield along his back, has a leather helmet on his head with a little nook down towards his nose. You see a little breadth of brownish kind of shaggy hair, almost glowering over his eyes. He looks to be about maybe very young, maybe 19, 20ish. Begins to walk towards your group hesitantly. Excuse me, are you the ones who took care of the matters earlier?
What if we are?
He salutes all of you. Obviously not the right thing to do, but he does it anyways. I've been sent from the Yarrow Guard here on behalf of the village of Brownleaf. I'm here to relay orders to the lot of you.
Orders
Okay.
From Lord Jet of the Yarrow Guard, I hereby need for all of you to stay in your rooms for the evening and not leave the premise unless duly asked or noted or ordered or work with me here, okay?
Yes, we get it. I think most of us are tired anyway, so...
She says,
Go ahead.
No. Clara says, don't worry about it. Like she said, we're all very tired. Easy day for you.
He kind of just looks to Clara, a bit confused at a kid kind of responding. Right.
Hey, think of it this way. Everything will be easy enough. We're literally about to retire, so you shouldn't have to worry about anything else from us for the rest of the evening.
I just need you to know that there will be guards posted outside the tavern door and all the windows outside. Make sure there's no bereavement of.
You're trying far too hard at this.
I'm sorry, milady. I'm just under order.
Well, congratulations. Order received. I think you're done here.
Kind of just looks around, kind of hesitantly, like, "What? Really?"
Yes, tell your lord he doesn't have to worry.
He kind of half smiles. Yes, thank you.
Briar leans over and whispers something to Zach.
I reply with my own whisper at this time.
If that is all, then have a good evening. He salutes you all again, and then realizing he's saluting commoners, he just kind of recorrects himself.
Commoner!
Go run back to Jack and tell him you scared us into submission.
Drake,
What?
is there anything that I can possibly like use insight on this person? Is there some reason why he's so jittery or like?
You can roll an insight check.
Cool. That's just exclamation point C space INS, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
20. He seems, as I said, he's very new to his job. He seems very, very nervous, very hesitant. Definitely under a lot of pressure, perhaps, given the recent events that have transpired in the Brown Bear Tavern, and given the people whom he's talking to, he's probably very nervous, that you can probably glean. But there seems to be a little bit more to this than you think. There is something wrong. That there's definitely a lot of guard being put here for a reason, perhaps.
I turn toward everybody and say, well, make sure he's not in hearing vicinity.
Oh, he's still there.
Okay, I'll just hang tight until he leaves.
If that is all, I will report back to Lord Jet.
Yes, run back to Lord Jack, tell him you scared us into submission. We'll be hanging out in the rooms all night, cowering in fear.
Hey, buddy, quick question before you go.
Huh? Yes?
What's with the stutter?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just born with it, I guess.
Have you never heard a nervous person speak before?
Kind of looks to you. If that's all, I guess I'll be going. Thank you, and sorry. As he then bows out and out the tavern door.
Clara kind of stands up and says, you know, guys, I really don't like the way he was acting back there. It's almost as if he knows more than he's letting on. Do you think we should be concerned?
Something fell off about that guy. I just can't put my finger on what, though.
He was scared of something.
And when you consider how many guards they're posting outside our door, when we were the ones who saved that tavern, it just doesn't add up.
I'm gonna point this out at one point, but Jack's an ass.
Alright, you were acquainted with him beforehand.
Yeah, he's just a prick.
Cyprian raises his eyebrow. Sure none of you actually are wanted or anything, huh?
I kind of give him a glaring look.
Party ride deception checks, please. I'm kidding.
Wow.
God.
I was gonna say, if Claire's glaring at him, he would like put up his hand. Look, I'm not trying to start anything, just that's a possibility, isn't it? Someone's wanted, so they're keeping an eye on things while they check out if one person is who they think they are. And she shrugs, not like it matters much to me. He looks to where Jones is, waiting to see if he'll bring the damn key back.
Yeah, he was just holding back to the card left.
I would just say, though, before we get to our rooms and all that, make sure all possible entryways are locked and remain locked unless need be.
As Jones returns with about 4 keys in his hand. I guess we're under sort of a martial law then. I hope it's not too inconvenient for all of you.
Nah, should be fine.
Cyprian just shakes his head and again holds out his hand.
Don't know why they're doing this. You all saved this town. But I guess we'll never know the way of the Kingdom of Viero. Anyways, here. So he hands each of you a room key.
Each? Who's the each?
Me.
The most adult people here.
So who is that?
Wow. It'll be Briar, Zalgus, Furion, and Faith.
The fuck?
So the short people!
Wow.
Furion's not short.
I even helped clean up the place.
Furion actually gives probably the first genuine smile he's given to.
Not an
And
adult,
thanks
you're
for
an
that.
ass.
It creeps him out and he
And
backs
before
up.
you realize,
What?
even before Furion realizes August has the same key to his same room,
Oh my god.
they've mixed it up.
After that, he's just sort of.
Sleight of hand.
Thanks. I hope you wouldn't mind warning us in the event that, he sort of points towards, like, the front door. If we're about to get raided or something.
Well, if it's the god, then what am I to do?
Shout? I don't know.
Well, those who have nothing to hide should have nothing to fear, right? He shrugs and then retreats back behind the Batman. You all have a good night.
Night.
Same to you, as Furion just starts walking off.
Briar actually quickly follows once she has the key.
Yep, I follow behind her attentively.
Faith finally gets out of her chair. Stretch it again. Alright. I guess we're stuck together.
So Furion calls over his shoulder. Good night. It was nice meeting you.
Question mark.
Question
He
mark.
definitely said it that way, yes. I mean, he wasn't entirely rude, but yeah, it was definitely with a
Rude.
question mark at the end. Okay, it probably came off rude, but
It's always rude. It's
not always his intention, it's just how he is.
Oh well. Alright, well, Alright, well, good night, everybody. I
Good
go ahead and
night.
start making my way over to my room.
Alright.
On the way to the room, you're not gonna try to build any explosives tonight, are you?
Oh, calm down. That comes later.
We're all
I just don't want an
doomed.
explosion to go off while I'm sleeping.
it's gonna explode.
Look, I only have 4 sachets of explosive powder. It's not enough to destroy the town. Just maybe a building. So just calm down.
Oh, okay. As long as we have that covered.
Okay.
Better
So
not have that 5th satchel.
Unless you all have any conversations you'd like to see to, we'll go ahead and move on to the long rest.
We make sure that we lock our doors and windows if we have any.
But I'm not making that mistake again, Arcana.
Shut up.
I mean, yeah, Furion would like throw every lock possible.
It's funny because Arcana's character was wanted and he didn't lock his door or window when he went to sleep.
In
Wow.
another game, Mike. In another campaign.
Yeah, but when I make it to my room, I do lock my door and make sure my windows are shuttered shut.
Check it twice.
Okay. So all of you retreat to your rooms, making sure that they are locked up tight, the windows secure. As you glance at the windows, you do see a pitter-pattering of guards outside. It is on the 2nd floor, the rooms. And as you look down below, you do see about 4 or 5 guards patrolling outside the Brown Bear Tavern. And as the night creeps to an end, we will go ahead and continue with a long rest. And at that point, you all will have a long rest in your character sheets. You can just go ahead and press long rest in your character sheets. It should restore everything. Spell slots, HP to full, hit die if you used it. It should do it for you automatically. And at this point, I need to ask, do you all wish to continue for the evening, or do you want to call the campaign here? Or session, I should say.
It does seem like a solid stopping point for the moment.
I agree.
And
All right.
if we do end it here, we won't begin this again for like a month.
No.
Is that
We'll
correct?
continue next week.
Oh, okay.
The way he's asking it means he has something else planned for this night or something, though, so it makes me curious.
I'm not revealing that. Anyways, as you all begin to settle down into your cots, you sleep tight, knowing that the day that awaits you may be more interesting than the last, as the collection of guards outside the tavern march on to their steady beat. We'll go ahead and end the session there.
Hear a slight squeal from Fury and excitement.
Wait, what?
Is the squeal coming that Zalgus made it into his room? I'm not sure.
What?
I don't know. Anyway, that's it, folks. Good job. Thanks a lot for showing up.
Yay!
And that tomorrow morning.
Oh, God.
Explosions.
Do we have any final comments to the stream people?
Just go ahead and tune back in next week. Again, we started late tonight because of unforeseen circumstances, but we'll be starting again at 7:30 Central Time next Friday. We'll be missing a player, unfortunately. Arcana has to go into some real life matters, so he'll not be joining us for that session. But I will control his character for out of combat, and I'll give his character control to probably Esper for combat purposes, if at all. Hopefully there's not. We'll see.
Hopefully on that day we're able to get back in time, so I'll be able to drop by. I just won't be able to be there firsthand because reasons.
Yeah, just let me know. Otherwise, for people who are viewing or not part of our Discord server, you can go ahead and join our Discord for Dreams of Azure. I'm sure Largo can provide a link in chat if you're not already part of it. But we'll be doing some text role play in between times between session 1 and session 2, and of course, there's always updates and other fun things we want to try to keep the server active. Other than that, that's all I got.
That in chats. If anybody actually wants to, it is available now.
I don't count really on anybody doing it. I guarantee probably everyone watching is already in. Probably half which are the players that are in here right now. But, just in case,
You might be surprised.
I might be surprised. I could be pleasantly surprised.
I do also need to apologize because, about 25 minutes ago, XSplit decided it wanted to crash. I tried to interrupt Zalgus while he was going off on his rant, but he just kept going. So I got it back up and running after about 20 seconds or so. Connection took a little longer to get done. I need to probably DM XSplit about why it's the program itself has been just laggy for any updates or anything lately.
Other than that, the recorded sessions will be held back on Twitch on Largo's channel, and we'll probably be exporting over to YouTube for our own archive. But thanks everyone for joining in. Thanks everyone for playing along, and hope you all like the new campaign. We've got a lot of good stuff brewing, and of course, all things going on in Brownleaf. It's going to get a lot more interesting.
Yay.
See you, dudes.